Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to steal a video idea from Haley, Becca, and Misty. So this video is kind of a fun video. Basically what we do is we pick 10 random eyeshadow palettes and we say if we would repurchase them or not. So I've watched all three of the ladies' videos on this. I think it's a lot of fun. I like the fact that it's random because I can come to you and say, you know, I actually have like probably 7 palettes that spring to mind straight away because I've been wanting to do a video like this of palettes that I regret buying. But there probably are some palettes that I wouldn't repurchase, but I don't necessarily think about it. So anyway, I am stealing this idea, hope nobody minds, but I thought it was a lot of fun, and obviously I will link all of the other ladies' videos down in my description if you want to go check them out. I believe this was created by Haley, but it might have been created by someone else, but she's the first one to do it, and yeah, just go check the videos out. But anyway, I am going to be rolling 10. Misty did 14. I'm not doing 14. Yeah, I'm not. Okay, so I haven't split my palettes into numbers. I still have it, so I have all the shades and that's all I have in the spreadsheet. So what I'm going to do is the same way I do like the pan those eyeshadows, I'm just going to pick a number, whatever shade that is, that's the palette that I will pull. If I get the same palette, obviously I'll just re-roll, but I'll just do 10 different numbers. Hopefully that's gonna be 10 different palettes. Likelihood it won't be, but we will see. So let's start. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's see if those are all different palettes. Hopefully they are. Okay, so we are in luck. These are all 10 different eyeshadow palettes. I do not need to roll again. And there are some palettes here that I would not repurchase, so it's an interesting bunch. I'll start with the first one on here. It's not the first one I rolled, but first one I have is the Mint to Be from Colourpop. To be honest with you, I don't think I would rebuy this. As much as I really enjoy it, and I think it's a beautiful mint palette, I don't need it. I don't need it. I think the shimmers are really beautiful, and if you need like a mint monochromatic palette, then I would get it, but these two are very, very similar. And I don't know, if you want variety, then it's probably not the best palette to get, but if you need a good mint, I think it's really beautiful. And I do have 2 pans in there, so I have put the work in it, but I just don't think that I would go out now and buy it if I knew what it was like. I've always found this palette to be a lot flakier and a lot powderier. That is the word. It's a lot more powdery than some of the other Colourpop 9-pan palettes that I have. So I've always had an issue with that. So yeah, I don't think I would rebuy this. I do like it, and I always rank it sort of middle of the road. I never rank it like bottom. I think the shades are really beautiful, but I don't really need it. Okay, next up is my Pixie Heart Defensor. I think this is what it's called. It's the Double Tap eyeshadow palette. Now, I've only used this a handful of times, maybe even less. I probably only used it 3 times. Looks like this. From what I remember, I do like it. Yeah, I do like it. I don't even think I've used every single shade. But it is pretty. That's them swatched out. Yeah, honestly, I do like this palette. I never had issues with it when I used it. It's a little bit warm tone for me with my preferences right now, but you know what? In probably 3 months' time, I'm going to be hating my cool tones and loving warm tones again. So I don't know. I always change my mind, but yeah, the reason I bought this was because I got it at TK Maxx and it was very, very cheap. I don't remember how cheap it was, but I didn't buy full price. So I would definitely repurchase it at the same price that I bought it as, but as a full price product, no, because I don't think it's worth it. I think Pixie is a little bit overpriced, or maybe quite a bit overpriced, to be honest. But there's nothing wrong with the palette. So yeah, I think I would repurchase it for the price that I spent, which I don't even remember what it was. Okay, next up is another Colourpop. It is the It's My Pleasure. And this one I've always loved, and I actually have been wanting to dig this out recently and play around with it because it is more cool tone purples and pinks. And yeah, I really, really enjoy it. I've always loved it. I've always liked this one, this pretty cruel shade, which is one of those with the micro glitters. But I really like it. I don't know what it is about it. I kind of like that. I like Earthshine as well, which most people would. Mr. Sandman is really beautiful. And maybe Bare Minimum. Yeah, I'm just going to swatch some of these shades if you're not familiar with these palettes. But I think this is one of their best 9-pan palettes that I've ever tried. And I think the quality is really good. Unlike the Mint to Be, I think there's a lot of variety in this monochromatic palette. Oh my gosh. And I think that the quality, yeah, is better than the Mint to Be. It is not as powdery as that one. And it's more of the good Colourpop quality that people like and enjoy. I think the Mint to Be is the okay quality. But yeah. So yeah, this one I would repurchase just simply because it is one of my favorites that I have from Colourpop. But I haven't used it in so long. So yeah, I actually was thinking about this a few nights ago, and I might pull it for a Shop My Stash. Okay, next one is my Juvia's Place, the Blushed Rose palette. This one I got when I got the bronze palette, which I love the bronze palette. And I will say I don't think that I would buy it again. I bought it as a bundle, and I think I would have just bought the other one had I known that I liked it so much, because this one, aside from swatching, I just have not used it, and I have no desire to use it. I think when I swatch it, it's very beautiful. Like the swatches look really decent and nice, but I'm just not interested. I don't know, like those look really beautiful. This in particular looks gorgeous. This just looks like your everyday inner corner shade, but this is quite pretty, which is obviously this shade here, but it is again more warm tone leaning. And the fact that I've had this for over a year and I have never wanted to use it is a bad sign. It really should be something that I declutter. I just don't know what to do with it because it's like hardly used, and I don't really have anyone here that I would give it to, so I don't know what to do about that. Maybe I need to pull this for a sort of monthly, palette thingy-majig that I do, a focus palette for the month, and see if I like it. So yeah, as it is right now, I would not repurchase this. Okay, next one is ABH Cosmetics. This is the Summer in Centro, and this one I would repurchase because I, for the longest time, did not think I would like it, and then I finally tried it and I really, really like it. I do wish that we didn't have this quad, which I've said in a few videos before, but everything else is absolutely beautiful. This is my gorgeous, gorgeous favorite shade of the palette. It is like this brown to green. It is so beautiful. I'll swatch some other ones though, because there's some really beautiful shades in here. Yeah, it is very, very stunning. Gorgeous, just gorgeous. That one is my favorite, but all of the shimmers are really beautiful, and I actually really like this yellow. I think it's a really beautiful, more muted pastel yellow. Really, really nice, and it looks really good. So yeah, this one I would absolutely repurchase. I just love the BH formula, which everybody else does, but it's just so good. I just think they need to keep doing that. Okay, next, the Wild Child was pulled from Colourpop, which if you've been watching some of my videos, you know that this one highly disappoints me. I just do not like it. I always rank it at the bottom. This is no exception. I would definitely not repurchase this. I did buy it in the bundle when I bought this one. I also got the Wine and Only. I really love the Wine and Only, but had I known, I wouldn't have got the bundle. I would have just got the Wine and Only, and I would not have purchased this. Yeah, I do not like it. I think that the shades themselves are very nice. I think they're very nice. They're just too dark for me. For everyday use, I just can't wear them. I just don't know what it is. And obviously that last one has a sequin, which I know a lot of people hate, but I find the darkness and the tones of this off-putting. And I thought that I would like it. I thought that it would be a beautiful, sultry, dark, neutral palette for me. And yeah, it just doesn't work out that way, unfortunately. Okay, next up, an Alter Ego palette was pulled, and I'm so excited because I love Alter Ego now, and the Artemis was pulled. So yeah, this one I would definitely repurchase. This one I got because when the Metropolis from Natasha Denona went out of stock and was discontinued, I was very gutted, so I bought this one, and now obviously that palette is back, but I'm not going to go out and buy it because I think it's way too expensive. This one is very much affordable compared to that one, and I think it just gives me the color story that I wanted. I don't know if the formula is better or worse, but I do like it. I do think some shades are a little bit repeated, but I think all in all, I've always enjoyed this palette, and that wasn't a very good swatch. I've always enjoyed this palette, and I've always been able to do some beautiful looks with it. So there's some swatches right there. I did try to swatch one of their cream shadows, but it didn't swatch very well. But yeah, I don't know. I just like the color story, and I don't really have any other big palette with a color story like this. It's just more of like that grungy greens that I really love on this side. It does have the pop of blues, which honestly I find a little bit jarring. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really enjoy those, but I tend to just go around everywhere else. But yeah, mostly over here. But I would repurchase this. I would, because I'm happy that I have it. And if I'm not happy that I have it, then I wouldn't repurchase it. My hand is getting very, very stained, but we will keep going. The next one is the Jackie Aina from ABH. This was my first ABH palette that I got and tried. And to be honest, yeah, I would repurchase it because I love these 6 shades right here. I also love these two, not so much these. So if you take away these, it's the perfect palette for me, but then it's probably a little bit boring. But yeah, I'm not a fan of these. I just think they're okay. I mean, they're beautiful shades, but I don't know, I just love the grungier side, to be honest. So that's kind of where I'm vibing with at the moment. But those are some of the swatches there. This one's actually in my pan as eyeshadow, so I need to start using that one. But yeah, I do like it. I think with ABH, you just got to get used to the formula. It's just very, very flaky most of the time, and it can get very, very messy, so you kind of have to do your eyes before anything else, which I don't tend to do. I usually do my face base, and then I do my eyes, and then I finish my face. But yeah, when I do that, I tend to get a lot of fallout over my face, so you need to change up your routine if you do it that way. Otherwise, if you do your eyes first, then it should be fine. But yeah, I think it's a really beautiful, sultry color story, and I think it's interesting, so I would repurchase that one. Okay, next up is another Alter Ego, is the Canyon. I'm getting really lucky with all the ones that I pick, but this one is what it looks like, and I recently spoke about this in my videos because I've just tried it out, and I would repurchase this because I really do enjoy it. I love this shade Desert Moon. I just think it's so good, so delicious. It's just one of these duochromes. It's got sort of the brown underneath, but then it has that sort of flip of purple on it, but then some of these warmer shimmers are really beautiful as well, especially Plateau. I think Plateau is really beautiful, but let me just swatch these. Anyway, I just think these are really, really beautiful. They aren't like in your face, but I still think they're really beautiful and creamy. I don't know, I really enjoy it, and I would repurchase. Okay, and then the last palette that was picked, hopefully this is 10, I have counted, and I did do 10, right, was the Book of Magic from Beauty Bay, which you can't buy, but yes, I would repurchase it if I could, because I love this palette. This is my type of palette where when it comes to blues and greens and then neutrals, This is my favorite palette. Yeah, because I'm not a huge fan of blue, but this is the palette that does it for me. And yeah, I'm working on some shades anyway. I've got some pans in here. It is definitely well loved, and I really enjoy even Hex, this black one. You can't really tell, but I do have disturbance on that because I have used it quite a bit. It's a really good black. So yeah, absolutely would repurchase this. It's my only Beauty Bay palette. To be honest, it's my favorite one that they've ever come out with, just in terms of looks. So haven't really wanted any of the others. Until I see another one, then this will be my only one. But I really, really love this, and I'm very glad that I bought it when I did. Because when I bought it, I didn't realize that it was going to be discontinued. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Go. That first one, not the best swatch, but yeah, I would definitely repurchase this. I think it's stunning. Stunning. You got such a variety. You could do blue, green, you could do neutral, you could do purple, pink. It's just got sort of everything. Apart from orange, which I'm not a huge fan of, but obviously you do have the neutrals that you can do. So you could just do a plain neutral look or anything else that you can think of. So yeah, really enjoy that. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Haley, for starting this, and Becca and Misty for continuing. Hopefully more people can do this. I think it's a really fun video idea, and it's interesting to see what people would say about their palettes as well. And if you've done this video as well and I haven't seen it, just let me know and I'm happy to go have a look, because I would love to see what you say about your palettes. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe if you'd like to, and I will see you next time. Bye!